Hello everyone, in this video we're going to have a look at this step which is supposed to be working out the belt meridian, and this is one of the core steps because when it comes to the belt meridian or turning waist left and right, working out the lower back as well, this is all about connecting the upper and the lower body all together. So this step is very important in terms of get the unity inside on the one hand. On the other hand, it's quite important to make this opposite direction turning of your body. So when you rotate legs one direction and like the lower body goes to the left, the upper body goes to the right, and this sort of opposite spirals they result in spine gets straight and essentially connected to heaven. So this matter of being connected to heaven is very important, one of the core principles in the Qigong practice. And this is like as a bonus, maybe, I don't know how to call it. So when you get connected to heaven, automatically you also get connected to the ground. And this allows you to be merged into the universe and operate naturally within the universe, so that you don't need any extra power like physical pushing or something when you live. So you just live normally, it flows. So to make it possible, we need to make sure that the connection to heaven is working properly and the connection to the earth is also working properly. And the belt meridian and working out with the waist, with the lower back, is very important to practically achieve this. So not to think about this, but to practically achieve this with the human body. So I'll now demonstrate how this step is meant to be practiced, and then we have a look at the details of how to master it. Okay, so now let's break down the step to actually learn how to walk this step. Okay, so I can start with lowering the chi, so knees are not going beyond the toes. This is a very standard thing to have. Then the empty step, all the time I am concentrating in my dantian. So this allows me to sort of uprise to heaven, and meanwhile, with my tailbone, I'm going downwards to earth. Okay, so the roots going down, the top hair goes upwards. Now I take my hands, and this should be on the level of 3 fingers down below the navel, 3 fingers deeper. That's where the dantian is located, at the center. So on this particular level, I put my hands with the palms facing the earth, ground, and fingers pointing to each other like this. Okay, so this is how fingers go. I do slide along this line down below my belly. So this is known as the belt meridian. Belt meridian goes like this, just like if you put on the belt to support your pants. Yeah, so belt goes here, and here how I can rotate over the belt meridian. Okay, and then after I have this sort of a spiral movement, my leg gets stretched. We'll get to this a bit later. Okay, and now I make step and step, and then again step, step, and step, 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 and step. All right. I just do this step straight, and then if you try to turn, you would most likely be turning with your shoulders. This is not good. So a bit more deep explanations of how this is done. In order to essentially make this empty steps, if I just make empty step like this, I feel big tension in my rear leg. It's not good. So in order to make it, I need to start turning. And by the time I'm turning, you see like my leg gets stretched. So if I just turn, okay, my leg gets stretched again. I'm turning, leg gets stretched. And now I'm going like downwards, okay? And now turning to the front position. Now again, I'll just turn, okay, then I just go downwards, and then going back to the initial position. Right? One more time. So I'm turning, I'm going downwards, and I'm going back to the initial position. Turn, going downwards, and get back to the initial position like this. So this step is not about put the legs forwards. It's more about essentially turning. So it's turn, and it's turn left, turn right. So this is all about twisting the waist. Turn left, and then turn right. But to get even deeper into one's lower back, to make this tailbone be relaxed, which is one of the most complicated things to achieve, we do this. So we lightly grip the spiral, and then we just release it and let it go. Then we grip the spiral and release and let it go. So this little sub step that I'm making, the idea is that my elbow goes backwards and my toe goes forwards. So I'm getting like stretched into two things. So when I'm making this sub step, you may do this as a separate exercise. So you just step, and then you do sub step, sub step, sub step, sub step. When I do this in my belt meridian, I have this tiny little movement that goes even deeper. And just to show you, it goes like this. So when I just turn, it's like not going downwards, it only goes to the left. But when I do this, it just goes up to the, down to the very tailbone. Goes down to the very tailbone. And this gets me grounded, gets me connected to the ground. So two parts. So when I do this upper part, essentially what I'm doing, I'm just stretching my spine. I'll try to elaborate on this a bit more. But then when the heaven part is done, we need the earth part to be done as well. So we do this. And when I do this, I'm sort of going even more rounded. Heaven allows us to know what to do, how to live one's life. But earth is something that gives you power to fulfill that goal. So that's quite important. If you only have this heaven part, you know what to do, but you don't have any option to make it possible. If you only have just this good health, supportive yin power, you have no idea what to do, you most likely will get enslaved. So attack somebody who is connected to heaven and earth. What's going to happen? So once I push, I feel like I'm not pushing him, I feel like I'm pushing the ground. That's this inner principle of the roots go into the ground. And also, when he starts moving, I would be just running around back and forth. Why? Because this heavenly chi, where he's connected, his spirit may just guide me any way his spirit wants to. So again, from his perspective, so I'm just standing within the empty step essentially. I just set the barrier, so the power is not going further than this point, hence the palms, like in Bhagavatam for instance. And the idea is he starts pushing me, and he pushes me until I connect into my dantian. And once this is done, I'm sort of, he's pushing to this leg. He's pushing to this leg. So he's pushing the ground. It's not going to work. So once my inner power is good enough to handle this push, I may then just relax, like stretch my upper body and just start rotating left and right very lightly. But I'm not doing this with my shoulders. The place where I'm rotating is this belt meridian. That's it. Waist is rotating. Just rotate naturally. And again, the guy who attacks, so he attacks, and he would be just running back and forth around this kind of waist. Okay? It's not about who is stronger. It's about who is more connected to heaven and earth, who lives more naturally. That's it. That's it from my side, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, and cheers.